Pickup trucks are no longer just rugged workhorses, as these days they're more like the Swiss Army knives of the road, daily drivers, adventure seekers, and everything in between. Here are the 12 best pickup choices in 2024. Number 1. Ford Maverick, best compact small pickup. The Ford Maverick is a pretty unusual pickup because it exists in a class of just two, competing only against the somewhat more expensive Hyundai Santa Cruz. Based on the Ford Escape's crossover framework, the Maverick is among the most affordable cars the Blue Oval brand sells. It moves away from the traditional body-on-frame structure typical of large trucks, embracing a unibody design that also takes cues from the Bronco Sport. That positions it below the midsize Ranger into the Ford pickup lineup. And even so, the Maverick is surprisingly capable, comfortable, and small enough to fit into suburban garage or downtown parking space. We love the practical cabin layout, the zippy acceleration of the Turbo 4, and the solid truck utility. Although your old man might not consider it a truck, the Maverick comes in a 4-door crew cab configuration with a reasonable 4.5-foot bed that can handle as much as 1,500 pounds of payload. The heart of this mini beast is either a turbocharged 2-liter or a hybrid 2.5-liter, with the latter being an added cost option. The 2-liter 4-cylinder makes a spunky 250 horsepower delivered to the front wheels by an 8-speed automatic transmission as standard. All-wheel drive is also available at an added cost. Equipped with the right accessories, this Maverick is capable of towing up to 4,000 pounds. The hybrid powertrain makes 191 horsepower combined, but it only comes with front-wheel drive and a continuously variable automatic transmission, or CVT. On the road, the Maverick delivers a spirited punch. The 2-liter can reach 60 miles an hour from a standstill in about 6 seconds, while the hybrid needs a lot more motivation, with about 7.7 seconds. Nonetheless, both versions get the job done quite nicely, both on tarmac and rough terrain. Moreover, Ford went ahead and gave the Maverick a Tremor off-road package that improves its off-road prowess even more. The cabin is nicely configured, and most models offer a generous list of features for a very good price. For almost $28,000, you can buy the XLT trim, which comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, LED headlights, 17-inch alloy wheels, cruise control, a power lock for the tailgate, 6-speaker stereo system, and an 8-inch touchscreen. All models come with 4 full-size doors and a comfortable back seat. With the Lariat trim starting at over $35,000, you get a lot more amenities, such as dual-zone climate control, heated seats and steering wheel, wireless charging, 8-speaker B&O premium sound system, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring with rear cross-traffic alert, and evasive steering. Fuel efficiency is great, especially for the hybrid Maverick. EPA estimates 42 miles per gallon in the city and 33 miles per gallon on the highway. The non-hybrid, however, is rated at only 23 miles per gallon city and 30 miles per gallon highway, with front-wheel drive. Number 2. Toyota Tacoma, the midsize jack of all trucks. Toyota's popular midsize pickup, Tacoma, receives a full revamp for 2024, sporting a more muscular, really good-looking style, better suspension, and revised powertrains. Building on its long-standing good reputation, the 2024 Tacoma remains a proper workhorse for truck enthusiasts looking for a jack of all trucks. A turbocharged 2.4-liter 4-cylinder powers every 2024 Tacoma. However, there are multiple configurations. The base entry-level SR model produces 228 horsepower and 243 pound-feet of torque, and it comes standard with an 8-speed automatic transmission. Rear-wheel drive is standard, but you can also upgrade to 4-wheel drive with low-range gearing. In the middle of the powertrain line, we find a 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque configuration, paired with the same 8-speed automatic. Power drops slightly to 270 horsepower if you opt for the 6-speed manual transmission. Topping the line, we have a hybrid. Toyota likes to call it iForce Max, and it pairs the same 2.4-liter turbocharged engine with an electric motor and a battery pack, increasing total output to 326 horsepower and 456 pound-feet of torque. You'll find it as an option on the TRD Sport, TRD Off-Road, and Limited trims, and as standard on the TRD Pro and Trail Hunter. Yes, this powertrain replaces the old 3.5-liter V6, but don't pout just yet, because the hybrid might be just as good, especially in the low rev areas. For example, the V6 needed around 4,600 RPM to muster 265 pound-feet of torque, while the hybrid can punch out 317 pound-feet from as low as 1,700 RPM. Moreover, the hybrid manages a 7.2-second 0-to-60 run, which is about 0.4 seconds better than the old V6. All Tacomas feature a body-on-frame build, but you have a choice of 2 rear suspensions. There's the old-school leaf springs, and then there's the coil springs, which offer a very impressive on-road refinement. Around the town, the Tacoma is quite nimble, and passing slow drivers on the highway won't stress you out one bit. But where the Tacoma feels more at home is in the dirt. The TRD off-road trim comes with 17-inch wheels with all-terrain tires, Bilstein remote reservoir suspension dampers, and skid plates for the engine, transfer case, and fuel tank. For this trim, you'd have to pay around $43,000. If you want to go flying over sand dunes at high speeds, Toyota offers the TRD Pre-Runner trim, which comes with a lifted front suspension, underbody fuel tank protection, and a locking rear differential to maximize the traction during off-roading. The package costs around $40,000. The TRD Sport skips the off-road equipment in favor of better-looking 18-inch wheels, coil spring rear suspension, sportier tuned dampers, LED bed lighting, and a 6-speaker audio system. That'll set you back about $41,000. The limited trim is the most expensive of the bunch. For $54,000, you receive luxury amenities such as power-adjustable heated and ventilated front seats, leather-trimmed heated steering wheel, a 14-inch touchscreen with a 360-degree camera system, wireless phone charging, and a 10-speaker JBL sound system. All Tacomas come standard with Toyota's Sense 3.0 safety package, which includes forward collision warning with automatic braking, adaptive cruise control, lane departure mitigation, and lane centering. We don't know much about the max tow and payload capacities for all Tacomas, but the iForce powertrain is rated to pull up to 6,500 pounds or haul about 1,700 pounds of payload, while the iForce Max, the hybrid, is capped at around 6,000 pounds of tow rating. The interior is well laid out. We especially love the big buttons and knobs that can be operated easily even while wearing workers' gloves. The Tacoma is offered in both an extended cab and crew cab body styles. The extra cab can only be paired with a 6-foot cargo bed, but the crew cab is offered with either the longer box or a shorter 5-foot version. The fuel economy is pretty much the same across the board. A 4-wheel drive TRD Sport Tacoma should get about 21 miles per gallon. The hybrid performs similarly in terms of fuel efficiency, but it offers a lot more torque and power. Number 3. Ford Ranger Raptor, the most fun midsize pickup. The Ranger Raptor is a midsize pickup truck with a young off-road soul that's always down for some dirt fun. At a first glance, the Ranger Raptor is a downsized version of the F-150 Raptor, featuring some mean flared fenders, rugged tires, extra ground clearance over the normal Ranger, and an unmistakable grille with a giant FORD text in front. But downsizing is good here because the Ranger Raptor's smaller size adds a level of agility you won't find in Ford's largest Raptors. The Raptor rides on a fully boxed ladder frame with a long travel suspension ideal for big high-speed jumps. It also features a long list of drive modes, including normal, tow or haul, sport, slippery, off-road, rock crawl, and the Baja mode. The 33-inch BF Goodrich KO3 all-terrain tires contribute to a total ground clearance of 10.7 inches. This setup is complemented by wider front and rear tracks, 2.5-inch Fox Live valve shocks with internal bypasses at all 4 corners, and an active exhaust system. Under the hood, you'll find a twin-turbocharged 3-liter V6 delivering 405 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. This setup is paired with a 10-speed automatic transmission, standard 4-wheel drive, and locking front and rear differentials. The Ranger Raptor can hit 60 miles an hour in 5.4 seconds and complete the quarter mile in 14.1 seconds at 97 miles per hour. That's really great for this category. What's also exciting is that in Baja mode, the Ranger Raptor can keep the turbocharger spinning for 3 more seconds after you've taken your foot off the throttle. That means you can lift mid-corner and still have the momentum to get back on the power right after. But the Ranger Raptor is also great on the road. Despite its aggressive all-terrain tires, it rides really well on the street. At slower speeds, power delivery is smooth, but you know that there's considerable oomph under your right foot if you need it. According to Ford, the 2024 Ranger Raptor can tow up to 5,510 pounds and has a payload capacity of 1,411 pounds. Moreover, it comes only as a crew cab with a 5-foot cargo box. The EPA estimates 16 miles per gallon in the city and 18 miles per gallon on the highway. Those are expected considering the punchy engine under that hood. Inside, the Ranger Raptor delivers some exclusive details that differentiate it from the regular Ford Ranger. The front seats are heavily bolstered. There's red detailing throughout, a mean-looking steering wheel, and aluminum paddle shifters. The infotainment system is composed of a vertically oriented 12.4-inch touchscreen featuring Ford's latest sync software and a 12.4-inch digital gauge cluster. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are available and they're wireless. The starting price is $57,000, but it can get a whole lot steeper if you want more options. Number 4. Chevrolet Colorado, best midsize pickup off-roader. The Chevy Colorado is a traditional body-on-frame pickup that could haul up to 7,700 pounds and get involved in lots of off-road shenanigans, especially the Bison Edition. Each Colorado model comes as a 4-door cab equipped with a 5-foot bed, available with either rear or 4-wheel drive, depending on the chosen trim level. Under the hood, there's a turbocharged 2.7-liter inline-4 engine paired to an 8-speed automatic, available in 2 power output levels. The base version makes 237 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque, and it comes standard on the WT and LT trims. The most powerful one is called Turbo Max, and it delivers 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. You can still get it on the WT and LT trims, but at an added cost, and it's standard on the Trail Boss, Z71, and ZR2 trims. All-wheel drive is also standard on these 3 trims. 0 to 60 takes about 7.1 seconds for the highest power configuration. Overall, the 2.7-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder is responsive and makes plenty of low-end torque, which you really need in city driving and for towing. The Colorado still uses an independent front suspension paired with a solid rear axle and leaf springs on its base trims. However, the ZR2 model steps it up with large Multimatic DSSV dampers at the front and rear DSSVs positioned outside the frame for enhanced performance. It also features power-locking front and rear differentials. The WT and LT versions feature an open rear differential, whereas the Trail Boss and the Z71 models are equipped with a limited slip diff. The most heavy-duty off-road option is the ZR2 with the Bison package. It increases the ground clearance to 12.2 inches, thanks also to the 35-inch Mondo tires, the largest in the midsize pickup segment at the moment. The Bison also features impressive breakover and departure angles, a wider stance, Multimac hydraulic dampers, and locking front and rear diffs. The interior of the Colorado is well thought of. The base trim, the WT, will get you an 11-inch digital instrument cluster together with an 11.3-inch touchscreen display, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a 6-speaker audio system, and rear camera with hitch guidance. Standard driver aids include automatic emergency braking, lane departure mitigation, and automatic high beam assist. That's a pretty good bag of cookies, considering the starting price of the Colorado is about $31,000. The EPA estimates for the Colorado are between 16 and 22 miles per gallon in combined city highway driving, depending on the configuration you choose. Number 5. Honda Ridgeline, best daily driver midsize pickup. The Honda Ridgeline is probably the most comfortable midsize pickup you could buy today. It boasts lots of storage, standard driver assist features, and a car-like design and maneuverability that make it the perfect daily driver pickup on the market at the moment. Under the hood, you'll find surprisingly fun and responsive 3.5-liter V6 engine that makes 280 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. It hooks up to a 9-speed automatic transmission and standard all-wheel drive for a 0 to 60 acceleration time of 6.3 seconds. On the road, the Ridgeline is well-mannered, feeling more like a family crossover than a pickup. This is mostly due to the coil-sprung independent rear suspension, the almost telepathic electrically assisted steering, and all the other underpinnings borrowed probably from the Odyssey minivan. The Ridgeline is offered only in a 4-door configuration, attached to a 5-foot bed. Once you step inside, you'll definitely enjoy what's probably the best interior for a midsize pickup. The cabin is really quiet, little to no vibration or road noise gets in. Tri-zone automatic climate control and separate fold-down armrest for the front passenger are standard across the range. Within the bed, you have a very convenient waterproof trunk that can be accessed from the top. Moreover, the Ridgeline is the only midsize pickup that can fit a 4x8-foot sheet of building material flat across its bed floor, thanks to the ingenuity of how the bed is positioned between the wheel wells. The starting price is around $41,000 for the Sport base trim, but probably the best value version is the RTL that starts from $44,000. As for fuel efficiency, the EPA rates the Ridgeline at 18 miles per gallon city and 24 miles per gallon highway, with a 21 miles per gallon combined. That places it in the middle of the midsize pickup class. But hey, it is a naturally aspirated V6. Number 6. Ford F-150, best full-size hauler. The Ford F-150 is a modern workhorse for the modern working person. It has a little bit of everything: power, fuel efficiency, comfort, capability, and a load of configurations and customizations. Ford offers a choice of several engines. The most basic one is a turbocharged 2.7-liter V6, making 325 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. Then there is a turbocharged 3.5-liter V6 with 400 horsepower and 500 pound-feet of torque. The same 3.5-liter gets Raptorized for a total power output of 450 horsepower and 510 pound-feet of torque. A hybrid powertrain combines the same engine with an electric motor and a battery pack for a total of 430 horsepower and 570 pound-feet of torque. That's enough to propel the F-150 from 0 to 60 in about 5.7 seconds. And we're not done yet. There's also a 5-liter V8 that makes 400 horsepower and 410 pound-feet of torque, and a Raptor R-specific supercharged 5.2-liter V8 making an insane 720 horsepower and 640 pound-feet of torque. But we'll talk about that one later. The space inside the cabin is massive, ensuring comfort for all passengers. The large windows allow for great visibility in all corners, but in any case, you have a surround view camera system, providing visibility at any time. The number of trims and configurations available is immense, and we would probably need 2 videos to go through them all. The most affordable is the XL, starting at almost $39,000, but we think the best value is the Lariat, which offers a lot of goodies, such as 20-inch alloy wheels, leather upholstery, power adjustable pedals, and Ford's own hands-free driving system named Blue Cruise, among others. When it comes to towing and hauling, the Ford F-150 stands out as the leading choice in the light pickup segment, not considering the heavy-duty pickup trucks. The F-150 with a 400 horsepower twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 engine can tow a whopping 14,000 pounds, and the hybrid model can manage up to 12,700 pounds. Also, the payload capacity in the non-Raptor F-150s ranges between 1,840 to 3,250 pounds. Fuel economy is really good as well. The rear-wheel drive 3.5-liter V6 powertrain can get an estimated 20 miles per gallon combined in city and highway. But the real winner is the F-150 hybrid, which provides an excellent 25 miles per gallon combined. Number 7. Ram 1500 TRX, a nostalgic V8 beast. Imagine a ferocious growl echoing over the peaks of a muddy off-road trail, and then you see it, a big, muscular Ram 1500 TRX charging forward, and that sweet whine of the supercharged 6.2-liter V8 as it gulps through loads and loads of fuel. That beautiful machine under the hood is a proper Hellcat engine, producing 702 horsepower and 650 pound-feet of torque, which is then sent to all 4 wheels through an 8-speed automatic transmission. 0 to 60 miles an hour happens in just 3.7 seconds, and it can complete the quarter mile in 12.3 seconds. But the Hellcat-powered Ram is not meant for the tarmac. It's in the mud and sand that it shows its true colors. A reinforced steel frame, beefed-up suspension with more than 13 inches of travel, and a set of massive 35-inch all-terrain tires mounted on 18-inch wheels give this super-fast monster an 11.8-inch ground clearance that can handle anything. According to Ram, this half-ton Ram can navigate through water as deep as 32 inches. Maximum towing capacity is 8,100 pounds, and a payload capacity is 1,310 pounds. Fuel economy is mental, as you'd expect, but that's not why you'd buy a TRX. EPA estimates 10 miles per gallon in the city and 14 miles per gallon on the highway. The TRX is offered as a crew cab with a short cargo bed. It starts from $99,000, and it can go up to $120K if you want the full spec. Inside you'll find leather-trimmed seats, a flat-bottom steering wheel wrapped in a combination of leather and micro-suede, a 19-inch premium Harman Kardon audio system, a digital rear-view mirror, and lots of driver aids features. Adaptive cruise control, lane departure mitigation, blind spot warning, trailer reverse steering control, and automated parking system are all available. Number 8. Ford F-150 Raptor, fastest internal combustion pickup. The F-150 Raptor is a whole different type of beast when compared to the normal F-150. In its base configuration, it muscles out 450 horsepower from a twin-turbocharged V6 mated to a 10-speed automatic. But that's not all. The Raptor R is a glorious 720 horsepower supercharged V8 that could kickstart a dying star. 0 to 60 miles per hour happens in 3.6 seconds. And from under the hood, you'll hear the whine of a supercharged 5.2-liter engine transplanted from the Shelby GT500. The Raptor comes with some cool features, including 37-inch BF Goodrich all-terrain tires, special Fox internal bypass dampers, and a 5-link rear coil spring setup. If you choose the 37-inch tires, you'll also get upgraded Fox dual live valve shocks with continuously variable rebound control. The Ford F-150 Raptor R is pretty strong, able to tow up to 8,700 pounds, while the standard Raptor can pull up to 8,200 pounds. Both versions can carry a load of 1,400 pounds. As for fuel efficiency, the F-150 Raptor is expected to get 14 miles per gallon in the city and 18 miles per gallon on the highway, according to the EPA. On the other hand, the V8-powered Raptor R has lower fuel efficiency, with estimates of 10 miles per gallon in the city and 15 on the highway. Starting price is around $81,000 for the Raptor and $112K for the Raptor R. So the Raptor R is about 40% more expensive than the base Raptor, but the R delivers about 55% 25% more horsepower, so you can do the math. Number 9. GMC Sierra 1500, Best Utility Full-Size Pickup. GMC Sierra 1500, a full-size pickup available as a single cab, double cab, and a 4-door crew cab. The bed ranges from 5.8 to 8.2 feet in length, and the selection of powertrains is equally broad. That's what makes it one of the best utility full-size pickup trucks out there. Under the hood, you'll find either a turbocharged 4-cylinder, a brawny diesel, or 2 V8s. The 2.7-liter 4-cylinder makes 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque, while the brawny diesel is a 6-cylinder generating 305 horsepower and 495 pound-feet of torque. As for those V8s, there is a 355 horsepower 5.3-liter and a 420 horsepower 6.2-liter that can hit 60 miles an hour in about 5.4 seconds. The choice of trims and configurations is also broad. There are a total of 8 trims available, starting with the $39,000 Pro trim. You can spec the Sierra with adaptive dampers and wheels as large as 22 inches, or opt for advanced spool valve dampers, electronic locking front and rear diffs, extra skid plates, a steel front bumper with a winch, or a 2-speed transfer case. Add a maximum towing capacity of 13,200 pounds to that list, and you're looking at one of the best-selling cars in the US. Number 10. Ram 2500 HD, Best Heavy-Duty Pickup. The Ram 2500 HD is available with either the standard 6.4-liter Hemi V8, making 410 horsepower and 429 pound-feet of torque, or a 6.7-liter Cummins Turbo Diesel Inline 6, making 370 horsepower and 850 pound-feet of torque. Max towing capacity in the 6.4-liter Hemi is 17,730 pounds, while the diesel can haul as much as 19,980 pounds. Payload capacity is up to 4,000 pounds for the gas engine and 3,140 pounds for the diesel. Yes, the Ram 2500 HD is a huge, heavy-duty workhorse, but it also works smart. Some of the technologies available include a trailer 360-degree surround view camera, a trailer hitch light, digital rear-view mirror, or a factory-installed rear axle towing system. For added comfort, the Ram also comes with an available rear air suspension that can be lowered for easier trailer hookup. Moreover, the Ram 2500 HD features front and rear differentials that can be electronically locked, so all wheels receive equal torque when needed, and an electronic front sway bar that will maximize the axle articulation for some extreme off-road capability. Inside the truck, you'll find 5 USB ports and as many as 3 115-volt outlets, ready to power up to 400 watts. This setup is perfect for running or charging your tools quickly. Every Ram HD also comes with special acoustic glass and an active noise cancellation system integrated with the audio setup that makes the interior as quiet as a luxury car. As for efficiency, you should know that the EPA doesn't give fuel economy estimates for big commercial trucks like the Ram 2500 and 3500 because they're heavier than 8,500 pounds. Starting price is about $48,000, but for the best mix of capability, comfort, and space, you should probably choose the 4x4 Crew Cab Laramie trim, which starts at $63,000. Number 11. Ford Super Duty, Best Pickup for Towing. The 2024 Ford Super Duty ranks as one of the toughest mass-produced trucks out there. Just to put it into perspective, the strongest version of this pickup truck can tow as much as 40,000 pounds with a gooseneck and carry a payload of as much as 8,000 pounds. Under the hood, there's a standard 6.8-liter V8 with 400 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque. And if that wasn't enough, you can also get it as a 7.3-liter V8 with 430 horses and 485 pound-feet of torque. Of course, the crown jewel is the Powerstroke 6.7-liter V8 diesel, making 500 horsepower and 1,200 pound-feet of torque. That's also capable of hitting 60 miles an hour in just 5.5 seconds. That is impressive given the size of this thing. The same reliable 10-speed automatic transmission is on duty, handling the gears for all configurations. There is no EPA estimation in terms of fuel efficiency, but real-world tests show the F250 diesel can do about 20 miles per gallon on the highway. The starting price for the Ford Super Duty is about $47,000, and it can go up to almost $100,000, but probably the best version is the F250 Lariat with the spacious crew cab and the standard 6.8-foot cargo bed. Number 12. Rivian R1T, Best Electric Pickup. The Rivian R1T makes up to 835 horsepower and can accelerate from 0 to 60 in just 3 seconds in its most insane configuration. It can tow as much as 11,000 pounds while making little to no noise at all. Maybe some of you don't even consider it a real pickup, but we think it's worth a shot. Air suspension is standard and can adjust the ground clearance from 8 to 14 inches. You can load as much as 1,760 pounds in the Rivian. 3 different battery packs are offered. The standard one can do about 270 miles per charge. while the large and max battery configurations can pump up the ranges to 352 or 410 miles respectively. Of course, pulling a 6,100-pound camping trailer can drop that range to just 110 miles or even less, depending on the road conditions. Yes, the electric pickup trucks are not yet viable, but they do have a certain wow factor. Inside, the Rivian is decked out in leather, wood, and big screens. As for space and convenience, the Rivian boasts a spacious front trunk, a significant storage area behind the cab, yet ahead of the bed, and a secure compartment within the bed itself. Rivian claims the truck offers 12 cubic feet of lockable storage space in total. Additionally, the bed is equipped with 3 110-volt outlets and an air compressor, enhancing its utility. The starting price is $72,000 for the base Adventure trim, which comes with plenty of cool features, including heated and ventilated front seats, wood interior trims, and a Meridian stereo system. You'd have to pay about $6,000 extra to get the large battery pack and about $8,000 if you want the highest performing quad-motor powertrain.